So the first thing I did was draw everything out in my sketchbook and then bring it into Illustrator. I find that it's easier to just vector things out and bring it into Illustrator. That way I can move it around, play with color, resize it, those type of things. I don't have to keep erasing and redrawing the design. I would usually do something like this on my iPad. It just kind of kills two birds in one stone, but unfortunately my iPad is out of commission. So after that, we decided to go ahead and build a rug frame. I had been using a big embroidery hoop, but it just was not working out for me. So we already had two big 2x4s lying around, and we just cut them into a 3-foot square and just hammered all of the sides, nailed all the sides together, and it turned out perfectly. So in this clip, I just wanted to show you guys that the frame was not heavy. I could pick it up with one arm, so the wood ended up being just the perfect amount. It wasn't overbearing. Like I said before, I was using a large embroidery hoop. This is just me taking out the excess fabric from that first attempt, and we decided to go ahead and put metal thumbtacks to hold the monk's cloth to the frame. However, after maneuvering the frame and the rug around, about halfway through, I did have to go back and add some staples just because the monk's cloth began to get a little loose, and I just wanted to be sure that it was tight. Once I had it on there, I just looked at my reference picture and drew it straight onto the monk's cloth. I had drawn and redrawn it so many times that I didn't really need a projector or anything. It's easier when you come up with your own design to just draw straight onto your cloth. And I began punching, but I quickly ran out of my first round of thread. I had come to a blunt end. I had more than enough thread, so I had to rethread my needle. To thread my needle, I just threaded a regular sewing needle and tied the yarn to the end of that thread. I dropped the sewing needle down into the punch needle and pulled it through, and that's how I got the yarn to go into my punch needle. And that's pretty much the method that I used to rethread my needle for this whole rug making process. And when you do thread your punch needle, make sure that you put the yarn through the flat side of the needle. So I'll show you right here. The thread has to go in this way. And from there, it was smooth sailing. I just went through and finished punching the rug. Depending on the size and thickness of your yarn, it may be a little more difficult. You may have to do some pulling and tugging, but it's just up to your discretion. I got a couple of calls, people were keeping me company, but yeah, I just kind of had to go through and trust the process. I made sure to trim periodically, keep it nice and clean, and just continue to work throughout the next couple of days. So this is the front side of the rug. It started to look really good. The colors started to blend well and push up against each other. So again, just trusting the process, keep going, and having faith in yourself. Once I got to the purple, I actually ran out. When I was buying the yarn, I hadn't mapped out my color, so I wasn't expecting the purple to need to take out so much of the background, but we ended up going with another yarn and it turned out to be a little lighter, but you really can't tell the difference. If I hadn't mentioned it, you probably wouldn't have known. And yes, I was able to finish the rug up. It was fantastic. This is it. I do have to trim it down a little bit, but then I remembered that I needed to glue the back just to make sure before I started trimming and everything. So this is just me going through and gluing the back of the rug. The instructions said to add 2 full coats. So after this first coat dries, I'm going to go through and add a second layer. And I just picked up this glue from Hobby Lobby. I'll link all of the materials below. I got most of them, the yarn, the glue, the backing, all from Hobby Lobby. And I had to order the monk's cloth online on eBay. But yeah, that's pretty much that. After applying all of the glue, I cut out about 2 inches around my rug, and then I just took some hot glue and glued it down. I bought some plastic, but I decided that the rug glue and just hot gluing it down would be enough backing for me. The rug turned out really nice. I enjoyed it. My dog really likes it. I think I want to sell it. I think I want to keep it. I don't know yet. But I'm glad that I trusted the process. As always, thank you guys for watching. If you like more of these types of tutorials, go ahead, give me a subscribe and a like and comment down below what you'd like to see me make next. Bye!